it's just one of Redford's really lovely, great performances.
Many of these movies are about prison reform, or at least that's partly what they're about. So, where do you come down on that, having done these two seminal prison movies?
I don't think that there's any disgrace in being as humane as we can be to our fellow man, regardless of the circumstances. If we have to be put into one of the worst places on earth, make it as humane in terms of its conditions as possible. But then I'm a big old softy, you know. I'm a bleeding heart. I respond to human kindness. So there you go.
One of those films that you made stars an actor named Morgan Freeman.
Yes.
Who we see here in
That's one of my favorite little, call it an Easter egg or whatever. Yes, one of the small roles, small in just size but not in stature here, is Morgan Freeman playing one of the guys in the hole, in the solitary wing. And he's got a very kind of show-stopping scene here with Redford and another actor. And yeah, man, that's Morgan Freeman. That was his, to my understanding, Morgan's first screen appearance is in this movie, is in Brubaker.
Since we're talking about Morgan Freeman, I have a Shawshank Redemption question for you.
Okay.
Because as I'm sure it's true for many people,
yeah,
I love Shawshank Redemption. I couldn't possibly love it more. I've seen it, thanks to our friends at TNT and TBS, 75 times.
And I thank Turner for that.
All right.
Believe me.
There is a scene, I think, in Buxton,
Mm-hmm.
After Morgan Freeman has walked to get what Tim Robbins has left him.
Yep.
And he opens it up, and there is money in there. And Morgan Freeman looks around in the middle of nowhere. There's not a person for 50 miles.
Yeah.
But he looks around to see if anybody's looking at him.
Yeah.
And is that from the director, or is that Morgan Freeman?
I think I have to credit Morgan with that. I think I have to credit Morgan. I remember, we're going back a few years now, mind you, but I remember being out in that field and getting that looking over his shoulder, you know, the guy who hasn't had any real privacy for 40 years, where he wasn't under some sort of scrutiny. And I loved that. I loved it. I thought it was a marvelous instinct. But I believe that was Morgan's instinct. I'd love to claim credit for it. Maybe someday I shall. But I don't know. Morgan might remember it differently. But honestly, I think credit due to him.
My hunch is that even if you knew in your heart that it was your idea, you would still credit Morgan Freeman. That's